when you need on a push bike. Nah, it's not a bike lane. It's a pavement. And then they get a chance to use the bike lane. And they don't use the bike lane. They use the road. When they get bike lanes, they use the road. When they've got pavements, they use them. Because they're not supposed to use pavements. But I mean, there is going to be some normal cyclists who are not numpties, you know, like some of them. Numpty types. Ooh, audacious. Audacious! That was audacious. I knew something like that was going to happen. Yes, I'm just going too slow. Far too slow. I don't blame you. My old van. Getting your Audi and overtaking and cut back in and then turn left. That's the way to do it. I don't blame you. I don't blame you whatsoever. Granddad's Field coming up. It's Granddad's Field. Granddad's Field is now Granddad's Field. It's right here, right now. Yep. That's it. Right here. My granddad was born in, I think it was 1907. So that would be, if he was still alive, that would make him, technically, I suppose 123 take away 7. No, what is this? 24. 124 take away 7. 117. You know, it is humanly possible. What's the oldest human? Is it somewhere about that? 117 or something? Is it possible to get that to be that old? I mean, generally, most humans usually peg out about 90, don't they, really? 80, mid-80s. Start dying. Well, I mean, I'm older than a lot. I'm 57. So, in terms of historically, I'm actually really old. You know? Basically, all we are is just a load of parts that don't necessarily belong to us. I got a brilliant comment today, and it was really horrible actually, but it was funny. It was so funny that I published it. And it was something like, if you've got complex mental problems, you shouldn't be on social media. But the reality is, nobody is being forced to listen to my complex mental problems, you know. So really, it's just, it is funny, you know, I suppose. But what it really means is, I'm an arse, and I'm going to ridicule your mental issues, because I think it's quite funny. You know, because it's a bit sinister saying that. Well, not sinister, but it's not something that I would say to anyone. No, I think it's quite not cruel, but it's a reflection on them rather than me. So I don't actually remember if there was a real name with it. There might be. So there's another one came in, which I haven't actually went into the held for review section. Was what's the point of this? You know, it's like, so I watched the video, and now what it was a funny junction about the Stirlingshire Dunbartonshire border. It was a funny junction, and there was a lot of potholes, and all I'd put on it was Stirling, Scotland, UK. I hadn't wrote anything about it. So the point, I suppose, is to show potholes, and the actual junction's quite interesting. So, but I tend to think that people that say, what's the point, are, to my mind, my experience, they are tending to be up to no good. You know, they're not going to really, it's not very emotionally intelligent. What's the point? It's like, it's negative. So I find in the past I never got anywhere talking to people like that. But I did give quite a good answer to somebody else who was saying that they don't understand me, so they're asking for subtitles. So I went and found a lot of submariners titles and listed them. So I think that's quite the sort of answer you deserve, you know. Subtitles, it was like mariner or something. There's different titles in submarines. You know, the captain and that. And do women go on submarines? Who the fuck would want to go on a submarine? I don't know if women go on submarines. I imagine they probably would. I mean, can you think about how weird that would be, being in a submarine with women, complaining about all sorts of shit, and then you'd be wanting to shag her as well. And because that's for, what is it, for boating or something they call that. Yeah, so I've been talking to people about, see the whole gender thing and the sex thing and everything. Right, so when I'm explaining things, all I'm going to do now from now on is explain everything with circles. Right, so net zero is a huge circle with a tiny little pimple on it. That's the net zero, it's a tiny little pimple. It's not even that big. That helps you understand. That's what getting rid of net zero means. And anyway, it's all bullshit anyway. It's like totally, it's academic, and China's not giving a shit, right? So it's bullshit. Right, so, explaining gender, or sex. Sex, males and females. Two circles. Two giant circles, same size. You're always going to get a bit where the circles overlap. It's a small bit that's going to happen. That's just the way it is. I had this idiot today saying to me that he was talking about sex and gender. He seemed a bit straight, you know. It's like, I says, well, Thailand's got 3 genders. And what's the word he used for Thailand? It was a really horrible word. Degenerate. He says they're degenerate. I mean, what a fucking arsehole, eh? Saying that Thai people are degenerate. It's like, some of them, like, the problem with the gender debate and everything is that, are you sure you're going to turn off? Are you sure? 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 Yep, okay. Right, we're turning off. Okay, right, let's do it now. No, after all that, we're not turning off. Oh, for fuck's sake. So you're just driving along with your indicator on. You dumpling. Let's see if we can see how long this lasts. How long? Can we get to Edinburgh before I realise the indicator's on? Taxis again, yet again a taxi driver. They're all dumplings, these taxi drivers. And that's probably down to immigration. Another thing, there's on Facebook, that's going to go about safe space, right? Oh, are we really turning off? Do we know the indicator's on? Nope. Are we going to turn off at this one? Is this what's going on here? Are you going to indicate to the left? Oh, we're slowing down! What the fuck? What the fuck's this idiot doing? What a fucking plonker! What's happening? So we're doing 35 on the motorway. Now we're doing 40. Still indicating. This has got to be a world record for indicating. That's why I didn't want to overtake it. Oh, we're turning off! We've turned off! The indicators are not indicating that. We're still indicating. Turned off. Yes! Bye, taxi driver. Dumpling taxi driver. Oh, God. That was torture. It's like, fucking hell. Where to get a licence? Yeah, well, what's happening is the immigration and everything. Don't get me wrong, I don't believe that I'm a racist, right? I don't really care where you come from or what colour you are, or etc, etc, etc. But it's the problem is it's a question of numbers. Well, the ambulance is overtaking us now. It's overtaking us. The ambulance. Here it goes. Oh shit! Not going to see it. It's away. It's away the roundabout. The roundabout. Yeah, I mean it's a question of. There's Grangemouth. What do you call it? Do you know the thing I always wanted to do was film down there at night? Right, so immigration. It's a question of numbers, really. You know, it's like having too many. It's nothing to do with. Well, there is the cultural difference as well, so it does have something to do with that. But really, it's just a question of numbers. So basically, we're getting fucked over by the elites. And what I'd like to see people steer away from, my personal point of view, is stop going on about Islam. I've kind of got to the point where I don't really mind Islamic people and people that I've met, you know. I've got a certain amount of respect for them, is what I'm saying, and I don't really. I think the old anti-Islam thing. I think as time progresses, I think it's, to me, not really the threat to our civilization, as in white Western civilization in the UK and everything. I think that for the most part they are not. To me, I don't have any particular. You know, I don't like it. I think when people start doing that, for example, I'm in this. I follow a group on Facebook, and it's about sort of climate, ULEZ, you know, end ULEZ in Dundee or something, or climate scams of it. And sometimes the guy that's running it starts going on about, well, Islam and transgenders and gender and everything. And it's like, wait a minute, you know, like Islam, and it's, some women came on and sort of I think her beliefs are sort of contradicted, because she was talking about men in dresses, right? So the people in power aren't men in dresses, you idiot. you know, like men in dresses, as you say, are idiots, aren't they? They're vulnerable people. You know, they're not sort of power crazed nutters who are trying to take our rights away, are they? Equally, you know, like Islam, for example, I don't think they're at the forefront of the climate scam, are they? No, they're not, are they? So get a grip of yourself. You know, it's like the war is with the hierarchy, and if you're going to land up battling Islam or gender types and all that shit, then the rich elite are laughing like fuck at you, aren't they? You just made an arse yourself. Laughing. They're laughing at you because you're fighting amongst yourselves instead of fighting them. That's how it works. It always worked like that. You think so? Why do I keep going on about this shit? Well, because why not? Is that it? Why not? Is that all you can say? So why not? Like, is there anything else you'd like to say? No. Do you know what I should really like to do? Is do a live. You know? A live. How are we going to do a live? How do you do a live? Is it easy to do? That's the West Lothian. There it is. So I'm going to walk there. There's a walk there. Along, that's the River Avon that we just went over. So there's a walk from Linlithgow. It's a little bit far, you know, parking your motor. There's nowhere to park the car to get in the walk. Because like people at these wildlife types don't really like cars, do they? So I need to get there and walk around that walk. I don't think I'll be doing it tomorrow. I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Yeah. That taxi driver at Grangemouth was fucking about with a phone or something. Probably phoning somebody. Yeah, so what I've noticed, the standard of driving has come down quite a bit. Everything's come down in this country. So that Scotland is heading towards being a third world country. Yeah. That's on the cards. It's not going to be long before that happens. I think that's definitely happening. So I don't know if I'm just going to watch this video. I think I've done it before. Nobody watched it, so let's not watch this one as well. It's only your hardened, like, followers are going to watch it. Like, there's 3 of them. 3 fans. My fan base. Because one of them said they didn't like me. So he fucked off. The guy that was really pally, and then life's like that, isn't it? You get people that are like that. He didn't like it because I told this old lady to get to fuck. She was trying to tell me I was filming on her land, which doesn't consist of a fucking barrier on a road, public road. There's this talk shite, some of these people. And to me, whether you're an old lady, young lady, middle-aged man, fucking whatever it is, you know, you want to fucking behave yourself and stay away from people. You can't go around bullying people, trying to tell them you own everything, but you don't. So that's exactly what happened. That was at West Salkingford. But that's just sort of disappeared as well. I don't think anybody watches their videos either. Not that I know of. I suppose, like, what I believe, because there's so many videos, I sort of tend to believe the people that are commenting like are videos that people are watching. So, you know, really popular videos, as in the ones that are watched a lot. So I suppose you could argue that what I'm doing now is a waste of the internet, or it's a waste of film. You know, film, that word, film, what does that mean? Film. There's no film there, is it? It's digital. So I could do a live. When did I up to T4 Lovers? I haven't really heard much of him. I just got fed up doing videos or something. He was doing like live ones and everything. He was in his car and that. And obviously, a lot of times he was doing them, I was maybe busy or other, you know, you just couldn't get to him. A1 closed Granite House. Where the fuck's Granite House? I'm tired. So I've got a challenge in the morning. There's a guy parks behind me, and that's if I get there before the other guy that usually parks in front of me because he gets there before me. There's another guy and he was complaining about the smoke out the van, and that's because the glow plugs in this van are knackered, so that's why it's smoking a lot when you start it, because the diesel's not getting heated up enough to start the van, so it'll take like 3 attempts to start it. So what I've got to do, he's a bit dodgy bastard, a bit of a criminal. I'm going to watch and not. Basically, just the best thing to do is ignore him. I mean, the van is booked into the garage on Tuesday, you know. So, it's going for the MOT. It's also going for, I think the MOT runs at the end of next week. So who knows what's going to happen to this van. You know, I haven't looked underneath it. It could be needing extensive welding for I know. You know. I think it is going to need a bit of welding. There's a hole in the sill panel, so that's going to need welding. Whether you can weld it up and just get it through, I'm kind of hoping just get it through for another year. I mean, if it fails badly, you just have to sell it, I suppose. We could use it as a shed, but it's a bit awkward having a shed that you can't take on the road. You know, just having it sitting in the drive. It's not really a good option, that. Oh yeah, they take that to another van, I would. It's really handy having this van because, like, you get the opportunity to pick something big up or something, you can use it. You know, like, well, it's a bit awkward that it being a motor caravan. It means that it's not actually a van as such. It's got a kitchen and it's got a bit at the back. I quite like that little Renault Kangoo, that was quite good. Probably buy one of them, yeah I would. pretty good idea, that, actually. Yeah. The guy that we bought the Renault Kangoo from on Tuesday had these Mercedes vans, City something or whatever, and I imagine they'd be more expensive than the Renault. He's actually getting vans up from London because you know they're ULEZ, so they're getting rid of the vans down there, getting shipped up here to Scotland. Of course, likes of these vans, they're no good in Glasgow either. But hopefully they'll push back on some of these things. Stupid crap, money making scam. The ULEZ, clean air zones, all that shit, bullshit. Crimes against the people. So that's another advantage of keeping ahead of this van, actually, is that it's going to be ULEZ compliant. There's a plane taking off. In Glasgow and all Scottish cities. I need to check this for sure. Somebody told me that it's anything up to 30 years. So anything over 30 years is clean air zone exempt. So this van, I need to check the logbook. I think it's 1995. This van, and it's now 2024. So, you know, next year it should be capable of going into Glasgow, Edinburgh, Dundee, Aberdeen, all the cities. It's crazy, isn't it? This fucking smelly thing. You start it up, there's diesel fumes go everywhere, fucking stinks, and it's the only thing that's going to be. There's only one in my fleet, all the cars that I've got. No, the Granada can go in as well. Idiots. So, but they're probably thinking, oh, there's not going to be any vehicles that age, they're all going to be scrapped by now, they're that old, you know. So that would make it worthwhile paying somebody to weld this, you know, when it needs welding. It's already had a lot of welding, but it needs more, probably. As long as they're willing to do it. Another problem we've got is coming towards us is that it's maybe not going to be easy to get a mechanic, get somebody to fix your car. Wow, boisterous. Yep. You know, it's not going to be so easy to get that arranged. There's a lot of decent mechanics, I suppose, give up, get fed up and try to chase people for money and stuff. Just give it all up, don't they? You know? They'll give it up. So the weather's looking alright tomorrow until about 5 o'clock, I think. So the video wise tomorrow, right, well, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Possibly I'm not sure that there's a viaduct up here where I go at Slateford. I did video it once before. It's quite an interesting walk up there. And it's actually quite interesting how, with all the health and safety shit, that you can go up there. It's a fucking tiny narrow little path, and you get weirdos coming along with push bikes, joggers, you know, mothers, you know, you name it, goes along this towpath, I suppose it's called. Bus lane closed. Bus lane closed. What does that mean? You can't go in there with a bus. Does it mean I can go in with my Volkswagen? Right, so I'm going to try a live sometime. I think I'm probably doing a live when driving in would be pretty good, but obviously I won't be able to interact with anyone. Yeah, so it's probably not going to be very good, is it? If people are sort of making comments and I'm driving, I'm not going to be able to respond. We've got a train on the left. Can you see it? Train. So we're plane, train. We haven't had any buses. It's the only thing. So we're going down to, now I think about trains, we're going down to Leicester. I can't remember when. To a conference. So I'm going to go down there and speak Scottish to everybody and get weird looks from, well, Muslims I suppose. But I don't really care, I don't think they care either really actually. You know, I might bump into the odd English person. Maybe one there. You know. Grant's house. What the hell are they doing at Grant's house? I didn't even know Grant was still there. Nearly there, we'll soon be able to end this video. I wasn't really intending videoing, so right. So the plan, maybe if I get the opportunity, if George is not there, I might be able to park the van with the nose pointing down the hill, and then in the morning just reverse back, turn round. What's going on up there? What's that? What am I seeing? Nothing. Right. Oh fuck yeah, we've got some kind of major disappointment here. Roadworks. We're running out of lanes, we've only got one. Alright, okay. There's certainly, they wouldn't appreciate me going around filming this, would they? No. No, they wouldn't. No, that would be pretty unpopular. It would be an unpopular move. They wouldn't like that at all. No. It's actually quite difficult actually getting round it all anyway. You know? Oh! Try not to turn too hard because I say this every time I go around here. Because I've got so much crap in the van. And I'll leave the bed free, which is to the left, you know. And wow, I've never actually, yeah, I have. This one, yeah, we've actually came on that slip road. Must have done it at one point. I stopped and filmed somebody getting recovered here, just there, on the right, just down there a bit, and nobody said a fucking thing about the video, you know? So I'm thinking this type of video is not really, it's not really wanted, really I suppose, so maybe I should stop doing it. I've got the dash cam out, if anything happens I can catch it on there, but well, it's just data, isn't it? Data. What else going on up here? Yeah, it was the guy that comment about the people with complex mental disorders shouldn't be on social media. I watched the video the guy was talking about, and I sort of like went into it at random points, and I was talking complete shite at every point. And it was like, this guy's got a point here, you know. Yeah, I'm sort of mentally disturbed. Yeah. So, well, what are they doing there? I wouldn't be surprised if they're digging up the road, you know, to put a bike lane in it or something, and then charging the motorists extra money. So I bought myself on Thursday a couple of saws, like for cutting wood, like joiner type saws. One's I call it a rip snorter. I don't know if that's what it's called now. And the other one's one of these angle saws, like a saw bench with an aluminium bench with it. You know, it's brilliant because you put a bit of wood like against it and it hold it in place with your hand, right? Probably is a clamp or something though as well, but I never noticed. And then you cut it. So I mean, I paid, well, I bought a load of stuff off my pal, including the compressor. It was like 200 quid for the compressor, the rip snorter, the angle saw, loads of stuff, 2 hoovers. One's a shark hoover. Now, the first thing I noticed about it, and I said, they've been using that in pets, it stinks. Oh no, they haven't. And that just tells me something about him, right? Because it does stink, and it's like, when somebody doubts you, you know, really? And then I sort of believed them, and then the more I realised, yeah, so this old lady or somebody across the road from him gave him the hoovers, right? A shark, and this other shampooing type hoover, you know, can't mind what it's called, you know, the Vax, yeah, Vax. And they're both stinking, so I went, they're in the back, they're with me right now, but the shark, is it shark you call it? Yeah. I mean, you know, it's about the cheapest one I can find on Facebook Marketplace. Well, there's ones at £20, but they're broken. The cheapest ones I could find are about £50, £40. 40, I think is the cheapest one. So, you know, it all seems to work, and that I hoovered in the house with it, and it's got lights and everything on it. So, I'll try and sell it, we'll see what happens. I don't want to give it away too cheap because I do quite like it, I suppose. But I've already got like a collection of hoovers at home. I'm one of these people that's got like 5 or 6, I've got 7 hoovers now, so I don't even hoover. The only time I hoover is when I'm thinking about selling one, and I video it working. But we'll see, I'm going to ask 40 quid for it. It's probably a bit optimistic at car boot sale. Try to get 40 quid for a hoover, but so recently I'm 80 baht and it's up to 120. Yeah, I don't think it was a totally brilliant deal. It was alright, but it wasn't the best. I was probably being a bit too generous. You know. Yeah. But I'm not fucking, there's no fucking way. Oh shit. There's a fucking no right turn there. I don't know what that means. There's no fucking way I'm not turning right. You know? I don't know what that sign said. I think it said diverted traffic. Oh, I don't know. Who cares? Everybody else is turning right anyway. Well, that's maybe for some new traffic signals ahead. What? What? So I've got myself a couple of saws, which, well, one would be about 70 quid, another, well, they'd both be a bit. So the way it's going to work out is I'll be getting probably the saws for nothing really. Should get my money back and everything else. Well, I've got to get 120 back. So if I get 30 back in Hoovers, that's shit. That's oh wow. 30 back in Hoovers. It's that'll be 120. That'll leave 80. Yeah, it's sort of looking like I'll end up getting. We'll find out tomorrow. I've had quite a lot of stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye.